So we want to give you a quick view into what's happening with that value net sentiment over time. So for full service, it is much higher than what we see for limited service. That's normal for sentiment overall across all categories. But what's interesting is that it's slightly improving for full service. You're seeing a little bit of a uptick there, while for limited service, it's trending down. It's actually been negative for quite a while. So that means that more people are talking about value from a negative perspective than they're talking about it positively in their online reviews, despite a lot of efforts from a lot of brands. Now, you might be thinking, well, value, what does that mean? Is it, what are we looking at? Is it price? What are we measuring here, right? So what we do is, again, listen to the guests and let them dictate what they're thinking. So what we did is look at the reviews in which they said it was worth it. The experience was great from a value perspective. It was totally worth it. What are they talking about? Well, in full service, 62% of those worth it reviews, they were talking about the price. Not surprisingly, right? Price is an element of value, and it's an important element of price. But I always go back and flip that and say, well, 38% of those reviews, they said it was worth it, and they didn't even mention the price. The price is almost like a non-issue if the rest of the equation is right in the mind of the consumer. So what are some of those other themes that emerged? 23% of them talked about the attitude of the people. Critically important, and we see this all the time. We see it in will return or will not return reviews. Typically, attitude is at the top. It really starts and ends with the people. The taste of the food made 21% of those worth it reviews. And then finally, the consistency rounds up the top four. Portion is important, 14% as well, but a little lower than the others. It's almost like if you have the price that's in the ballpark of what they think is reasonable and then provide great attitude and great tasting food, they're going to think it's worth it. On the limited service side of things, price, again, number one, you'll notice that it gets mentioned even less at 54%. And what is mentioned? Taste of the food, the consistency of the experience, the attitude of the people. We think limited service is a limited interaction, but no, it's critically important as well. And people put a value on their time, and if that's not met, that there's going to be some challenge. But whenever you have some good service, they're likely going to feel like it was worth it to them.